Hello and welcome to Aurei Plays Factorio Seablock. This is episode 189. And we've got some silver coil running on the belt here, so that's good. Um, and we're gonna figure out how to make all these fancy products. And actually the first one we'll need is this one. So we'll need green wire, plastic bar, naphtha, and advanced circuit. And then we throw this on top. So what do we need for the green wire? I think nothing special except the circuits, right? Yeah, so this is just copper cable and a circuit. So what does that give us? That means that we need to bring up the plastic, we need to bring up the naphtha, and that should be enough. So let's go grab some more belts. How big is my evolution factor? I don't actually know. Can I see that somewhere? Is our console command? It might be kind of either ambitious or not at all. I wouldn't know actually. Um, let's see. Let's see. Evolution. Let's see. Evolution factor. Um, let's see. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll just leave this for now, I think. Oh, okay. Let's see. Oh yeah. Okay. Apparently it's 0%. So I guess all because we don't have the actual spawners. So yeah, that makes sense, right? So I haven't destroyed any spawners. Like killing the worms doesn't matter for the evolution thingy. Um, let's see. Yeah, so I don't know what I did with the settings on this front. I just left everything to default, I think. So where were we? I wanted to bring up the stuff that we need, which is plastic, naphtha. Oh yeah, we were gonna grab some belts over here. Maybe make this backlog a little bit bigger. Like we're going through belts quite. Oh, there can be yeah. So I think there's gotta be some kind of code because the worms that like the behemoth, the worms weren't quite so close by the base, but I think that might just be like you have the spawning area and then outside that it's everything goes. So that's probably what's going on. Okay, let's see. We want to get everything, and we want to craft some more underground pipe. Yeah, 8x8 worms seem pretty sick. But as long as I can kill them with my plasma turret... I mean, like writing a mod for a game is a really nice way to sort of learn programming. Like it's a really nice goal to have. Oops. Do we need that much underground pipe? I guess we do. So let's just craft a bunch and see where it ends up. Yeah, I think we're good. Let's see. So we want to bring up the naphtha if that's Tinker's Half anywhere. Um, yeah, so the trick to remembering what does what, it doesn't really matter. Like, as long as you can find, if you know where to find it in the documentation, you don't need to remember everything. Like the stuff like basic control sequences, like if and where and loops and stuff like that. That's obviously like good to remember, but especially for your initial pushes into programming, you don't need to remember it all, and you actually don't want to. Like, it's totally okay to have to look something up every time, and then just learn it by virtue of having looked it up 1,000 times. I mean, I get that might not be fun, but it is a really kind of an effective way to learn. Like, you'll have Stack Overflow open all of the time, but it works. Like, it's gonna be a way, and like at some point you're gonna be at the point where you go, hey, okay, I remember this from last time, and even if you don't, yeah, that's totally okay. Um. So yeah, I mean, I got into programming like when I was relatively young, like 14ish or so, for my first sort of serious coding. Um, maybe 12, like for the first game maker games and stuff. And then it's just like, if you have a project that you just want to get working, that's just really nice, because at some point you've built something that works, and yeah, you have something to show for it, and that's just a lot more important than like, you don't need to be a programming wizard overnight. You can just like learn it bit by bit, and then one day you sort of realize, hey, I sort of understand this now, and I can do it, and if that's the way you end up learning it, that's really, really good. Yeah, I mean, in the end, I do think programming is fun as well. Like, otherwise I wouldn't do it for a job, but yeah. The silver coil is coming in nicely, that's good. Yeah, we might need some more underground belt as well. Yeah, so okay, so if you want to get started with programming and you don't know what to do, it's really good to break it down into small chunks, right? So if you would want to make like a Factorio mod, for example, the first, like, and you have something in mind, then you can just make small steps towards that. So maybe you have like I mean, if you want to make a mod that spawns in like an 8x8 behemoth, like, the first thing you could just try and do is just spawn in a custom worm, right? Just take an existing sprite and just make it like a bright pink color, and try if you can make a mod that just puts down a big ass worm like next to your spawn. And just try that. And it doesn't matter if it kills you right away. It doesn't matter if it's not moving, if it's ugly. Just try and get that right. Just get the worm. And if you can get to that point where you can like set up enough workflow that you can actually try and get started on it, then like getting every single step that follows is just a small step, and the trick is breaking it down, right? So it can be that the project that you have in mind initially is just way too complex, but that's fine as long as you break it into small steps and you take it one step at a time. Oh, this gives me extra inventory. That's amazing. I should have gotten this before. Yeah, just getting like just making small baby steps. And you might think, hey, that's sort of that seems kind of lame. And the trick is that this is actually how like professional software development does this also. Like the trick is always just to break it down into small um, incremental steps and stuff that's not too complex for a developer or for the team. And it's really tempting to want to go for the full thing immediately. And this is something that, I mean, this trap, everyone falls into this, right? So, like, you have this great vision of like you want to do like Pokemon in Minecraft as a mod or something. Like people have done this, but the people who have done it are generally like they know what they're doing. And like these big ideas, they're really fun, but they have a high risk, right? And the way to you could do it is just small steps and celebrate the small victories, right? That's just a way, uh, yeah, a way to do it. Yeah. Yeah, I think I will name this episode something like small steps, or something like. There's episodes where I just talk about what I'm doing all the time, but when there's someone fun in chat like you, it sometimes branches into stuff like this. Um, it's a mind shift for sure. Like being satisfied with just taking small steps. Um, it's a way you, yeah. I mean, it's also it's sort of counterintuitive, right? You want to achieve the big stuff, you want to learn a bunch of new things, and you want to have something to show for it. But like being really excited about just having something that's really, well, not nothing, but just something small that works. That's just really fun. Um. Okay, let's see. I want to get some copper up here as well. And you'll, as like for some reason, learning programming is especially susceptible to this, right? It's something that people you can easily get demotivated because stuff doesn't work. But like either like if you really haven't gotten the start to work, yeah, then of course you're just bound. Yeah, if you're just banging your head against the wall and you're not making any progress whatsoever, yeah, then I fully understand getting demotivated. And that's really yeah. So I mean that is a big step, right? You don't so you don't know, if you don't know where to start at all, then it's really yeah. I mean, so in general, like if you know how to Google, that helps a lot, right? I often joke that my job is basically just Googling stuff all day and then putting that together. And yeah, so the trick here is making sure, like if you manage to Google like how to do a Factorio mod, and in general, like for why modding is such a nice way to get started, is that it's on the one hand it's something that's really fun. Like games are really fun, and just getting to know like everything is and you often have like a concrete target, like hey, I would want this mod to exist, and it doesn't, right? That's a really good goal. It's also, it can be a little bit complex, right? There's a lot of moving parts. There's a whole like game, and there's a bunch of interactions. But indeed, yeah, you saying it. Factorio modding is really easy. That's really easy with a little bit of an asterisk next to it. Like it's really easy compared to, I guess, some other games. But like the fact that Factorio has such a good dev team, like also translates to that they have good modding documentation. So like the API docs and the support for mods is incredible. Like again, it's to levels that you would, like, even for professional software development, like the amount of respect they have for their modders is incredible. Like if everyone would give that level of support, like the world would be a different place. And it's, yeah. The the bouncing trains mod, is that a mod that causes trains to bounce up and down? Um, let's see. I want this guy to make a copper cable. Yeah. I mean, that is something, like just something that does something silly is also a really nice way to get started. Like just a small thing, and it's preferably it's not even a big thing. Like just something small you could show to friends or post on the subreddit. That can be really fun. Let's see. Oh, as in so bouncing trains means that they, like, if they hit a dead end, they just reverse or something like that. Ah, a bounce pad specifically. Okay, cool. Yeah. I mean that, yeah, stuff like that. It's, yeah. Oh, in the air. Okay. That's even more bouncy than I figured. Okay. Like it really does something. Yeah, and I mean, so stuff like this. So the expectation that you should hold yourself to in this case is knowing that it's not gonna be like pretty or perfect in the first go. It's gonna be a little bit weird and nasty, and it's not gonna do what you want it to and stuff like that. But it's gonna be real nice to see it work, right? To just have that initial go, and yeah, see your first like interaction of something you made with the rest of this game world. Yeah, definitely. Like if you're not making mistakes, then you already knew it, or you just lucked out. Which, if you luck out, that's fine. But if you don't do it wrong first, you don't know why it works, and that's also something that can be really useful. Let's see. So we're gonna bring over some of that plastic. Let's fill in some more land here. Um, yeah, let's get that plastic in here. I guess like this. Are we saving too much space here? Maybe we are, but yeah, maybe we should recalibrate that in a bit. Let's see. So let's go like this, and then like this. And then we still need the red circuits. Yep, and then the naphtha. Yeah. So yeah, let's get some undergrounds going over here and over here. Yeah, that's good. Can we do this? Yeah, we'll fix that from the other way. That's fine. Okay, we run out of belt. That's okay. Yeah, and I mean, like being afraid of making mistakes is something that holds back a lot of people, right? It's um it's the fear of it not working might sometimes paralyze people as much as that they don't even try, or that they're sort of, yeah, they're apprehensive about even getting started, which is understandable. Like no one likes uh yeah, likes to fail. Okay, let's see. We have some documentation from Factorio in chat about what a prototype is. And Doja was going to ask about it, but now he knows, and that is also no. But this is also very key, right? Just and this is also why Stack Overflow, for example, is such a useful tool. Um, just thinking about something long enough to formulate a question, like having to reread it and then go into it, is so helpful that you often find out what you wanted to know in the first place. Um, like formulating a proper question is actually kind of hard as well, and just going through that process is already very, very helpful. Let's see how our resource flow is. We're a little bit low on the iron. Like we're using a lot over here, I guess. Yeah, these guys are basically, we've run through our backlog of iron. That's basically what's going on, right? And the ores are not too big either. Yeah. And why are the ores not too big? I guess Chivelite, right? Yeah, we could use a little bit more mineral sludge. Maybe we might go ahead and I mean, we probably have a decent amount of backlog. Well, it's the green circuits that are limiting us, right? Yeah, it is. It really is. Yeah, maybe we should go ahead and do something about that. Part of what we could do, I think, is bring down some of the copper that we have. Let's see. So, yeah, I think the plastic actually is the last part of the belt here. So we could squeeze a little bit more towards the belt if we wanted to. Like we're just growing out naturally in this way, but we don't really need to do that. And yeah, let's get these guys in here. Let's do a little squiggle and get this going. Yep, and then we've got the naphtha coming in. And there we go. Yeah, so the basically what's used for Factorio, I think, is Lua, right? So Lua is a full-blown programming language. And then what you can do with that, like in general, you will have like you can create like a library, which I think is what the Factorio devs have done. And that library sort of specifies the rules of engagement, right? So it will give the devs of mods an API to basically, yeah, build new stuff against or modify, and these rules are what govern behavior in all kinds of different ways. Um, let's see. So we'll drop over here and pick up from there, that's fine. And then we'll drop over here and pick up from here. Let's power that. Yeah. And we'll get that going. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. So to keep in mind, we have some coppery waste going in here. So let's do something with that. Maybe we can do coppery waste processing over here then. That seems like a nice deal. Yeah, let's set that up like over here. So you guys can go like this, and we're gonna filter. Let's filter left for the waste product. That's easy to set up again, and you are going to coppery waste reprocess. Do I need a level 2 for that or something? Let's see. I do need a level 2 for that. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. So let's set that up. And then we're good, I think. Yeah. Let's go like this, and you get to reprocess this. Okay, let's go. Yeah, so that's our first component we need for purple science, or at least one of the kinds of purple sciences. Apparently there are different kinds, which is interesting. Let's see. And do I need I might need a better lab for this. Let's see, quantum interactions lab, or do these things already go in these labs? They don't, so we need to figure out what lab we need as well. Let's see, lab. Because my guess is that we need, let's see, do we need one of these? Is there a way we can, I think we do, right? It's probably, alright, these go into lab 2, so I guess, like at the very least, yeah, this is, yeah, I think we need this one, and then I think that should be fine. Right, let's look at the tech tree. Science, right, we... lab? Let's see. We research this guy, and this guy is the prerequisite for purple. So we need this guy, and in order to make that, we need a Jesus, we need a ton of expensive stuff for that. Tungsten plate, centrifuge, express stack inserter, one of these guys. That's kind of tight. Okay. That's something we want to keep an eye on as well, probably. Like the fact that we need to actually create those labs. Okay, let's cut this episode here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing. It helps people like you find it too. Thanks!